I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Nightwing issue number 25, a special extra-length anniversary issue. Will Dick Grayson escape his fate in Tiger Shark's ship? Well, let's hop on in together and find out. Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Nightwing was left for dead inside Tiger Shark's ship with a bomb about to go off. Dick Grayson is fast, but there's no way in hell he's going to be able to disable the bomb and save everyone on board, let alone himself. To do that, he would need something amazing, say like, oh, I don't know, a time-manipulating vest? Luckily, this freighter is filled to bursting with black market alien tech, and oh look, Green Arrow villain the Clock King, who just so happens to know how to work a time-manipulating vest. And hey, if you can believe it or not, they've actually built up and foreshadowed the time vest. This is the same one that the villain Time Bomb used when he battled Wally and Dick in a previous episode. Clock King shockingly is surprisingly affable and willing to help Dick escape if it means he can save his own skin. What he's not crazy about is going back and saving all the other supervillains. It's for that he ends up getting knocked out. Nightwing, against all odds, does actually manage to save everybody and washes up on shore before the vest overheats and explodes. It's there he meets Officer Saboba, his on-again, off-again enemy ally Harvey Bullock James Gordon stand-in. It's actually a pretty funny scene as she's forced to give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation while talking about how much they don't like each other and then lighting up a giant stogie just for good measure. While most of the supervillains who came for the big weapons buy ended up escaping, Savoba was able to catch the two dirty cops who were providing security for Tiger Shark, so while it might not be a great win, it's still a little win. Nightwing hopes that there's still time for him to catch the real architect of all of this, Tiger Shark, but he's gonna have to race against time to get to Shark before Roland Desmond the Blockbuster gets to him first. You see, it was Blockbuster's plan to turn Tiger Shark and Nightwing against each other in the first place in hopes they'd weaken each other so he could swoop on in and take over Shark's operation. Again, what makes this whole thing interesting is that he's not doing it for money or power or status. He's doing it because of, well, civic duty, essentially. He loves Blüdhaven and he hates the idea of an outsider supervillain ruling over it. You know, not when there can be a local supervillain ruling over the whole operation, and he wants it so badly he tears through Tiger Shark's security and then even beats up an army of, what are those, street sharks? Man, TS sure does live his gimmick, doesn't he? When Nightwing eventually shows up, all the theatrics are over, the dust has settled, and Roland Desmond has crowned himself the new kingpin of Blüdhaven. What makes this even worse is that technically he didn't really do anything wrong, so Nightwing can't go after him. I mean, he gave him the information about Tiger Shark's smuggling operation in the first place, and if it wasn't for that, Nightwing wouldn't have been able to take it out. The bomb on the ship wasn't even meant to kill Nightwing, it was just meant to slow him down. Why, Blockbuster even brought Tiger Shark to justice and swears that as the new head of crime in Blüdhaven, he's going to try and curb the illegal alien weapons sales so that no more blood will be shed on the streets. Now, obviously Nightwing knows it's only a matter of time before Desmond eventually slips up. He's a criminal and a con man, and he can wear a fancy suit and get a fancy job, but it doesn't change the monster that's inside. Feeling disillusioned and utterly defeated, Nightwing returns home and hopes to get some sympathy from his girlfriend Shawn, only there's no sympathy to be had. She's ticked off at him for lying to her, giving her the runaround, and also not getting the job he said he was going to. And it's for all these reasons and more she thinks they should break up. Ooh, harsh. What are those and more reasons I'm talking about? Well, her former supervillain partner Pigeon is crashing with her at the moment and maybe putting bad thoughts in her head. Now, as the comic winds down, Blockbuster is ready to take his seat at the head of all crime in Blüdhaven, but there's something he didn't expect, and that is he has a new blackjack dealer in the casino, a fella by the name of Dick Grayson, who's going to be keeping a very close eye on his new boss. So that was Nightwing number 25, everyone, and overall I thought it was a really damn solid conclusion to what ended up being a really solid arc. What we've seen here is really the birth of a brand new arch-nemesis for Nightwing in the form of Blockbuster. He's a guy who has all that great community spirit that you would want in a superhero, but it's inverted and twisted twisted and villainous, and I like that. We also see the relationship stuff with Dick and Sean come to a head. I like it. It feels very realistic. You can bet this isn't the last we've seen her, and everything happening with Pigeon will definitely come to a head later on, I'm sure. It also brought a smile to my face knowing that in a comic that made jokes about all the multiple jobs Dick Grayson has had over the years, gave him about 2 new ones. I, for one, personally welcome the era of Dick Grayson, blackjack dealer, and all the potential adventures he could have. Overall, I give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. I quite enjoyed it. So there's Nightwing, everyone. I hope you liked it, and as always, be sure to check out some of the other videos I've done from throughout the week. Then you can follow me on social media at Cape Joel across the board. And if you want to catch up on this or any other book and trade, you can over at Book Depository. I have a link, and if you use it, you'll be supporting me and the channel. So until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again.